If you're tuning into this video, you're most likely wanting to look for ways to become more successful in your daily life or overall. And that's what I want to touch on with this video here today. Ways that you can actually become more successful, or strategies you can use to get the most out of your day and make yourself more successful long term. Now, we've all heard the quotes about success and habits. Your habits will determine your success, or what you do in your daily life will determine your outcome, kind of things. And there's a whole list of quotes out there relating to habits and success. And habits are what will dictate how successful you are, or how effectively you can do things during the day or manage your time during the day that will end up getting you further in life. Now, if you've got bad habits in your life, you probably want to look at ways you can actually change those. And that's what I'm going to address in this video today. How you can actually change your habits so you can actually change your life, or change your outcome of your life, or become more successful over time. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, with myself, David, Millionaire Incorporated, where I like to go through topics on personal finance, wealth creation, personal development, and crypto. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget, guys, smash that subscribe button so you can actually stick around for more videos like this. Drop a like on the video if you're liking this kind of content, and leave me a comment. Say hello, introduce yourself, or let me know what you think about what I'm talking about today. And don't forget, stick around to the end of the video because it does help me out a lot and I would really appreciate it. So, as I was saying, today I'm going to address habits and how you can actually use your habits to drive yourself to become more successful, and ways you can actually change your habits so that if you do have bad habits in your life and you want to change those, you'll have the tools to actually change your habits or address what's not working, and how you can kind of maneuver yourself so you can go from being just less successful to becoming more successful, or better use of your time to become more successful. So the first thing you actually have to understand is how habits work and what the functionality of habits work. Now, there is a lot of research out there which actually addresses habits so that you can actually get more out of it. And there's plenty of books. So there's Charles Duhigg, Habits, the book Atomic Habits, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and there's also another one, High Performance Habits. Now, I've actually read High Performance Habits, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and The Habits by Charles Duhigg, I think that's the author's name. And I actually do recommend them. They're actually really, really good, and they pretty much talk about the topics which I'm talking about today. So with habits, you've got to understand that habits are created to save your brain as much time and energy in getting tasks done. So if you can create successful habit loops for yourself, which achieves or accomplishes that, you will actually be able to kind of use less energy to get tasks done, get work done more effectively, and also get the result you want to get out of your tasks more easily. Now, when it comes to success, it all comes down to being consistent with your results. So the easier you kind of get that kind of loop and that structure in place, the better overall result you'll actually get. So with habits, what it typically is a habit loop. First, there's a cue where you kind of see something like, say, for instance, your phone will buzz, letting you know you get a notification. Then there is a routine which you kind of go into where you check the message or notification, and the reward. And the reward of that kind of habit loop is the dopamine hit, especially if it's something like social media, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, where you get that instant gratification of that reward of, say, a like or a message or a comment or whatever. So you kind of get the idea. So you got the cue where you get the actual notification bell come on. You get the routine where you actually check your phone for that notification, hopefully it's something positive, and then you get the reward of that dopamine hit, or the outcome of what you're trying to achieve. Now, that's probably the most basic example of a habit loop and how it actually works. And if you're trying to change that habit loop, you've got to understand what the entire routine is. So you've got to understand what the reward is, what the cue is, and then you got to try and change the routine if you want to try and change it overall. So if you're not wanting to check your phone all the time, you can change the actual routine. So if you're wanting to try and replace a certain routine, another example is snacking at work. You can actually instead of snacking, like if you're snacking out of boredom or if you're snacking for out of hunger or whatever, if you're trying to say like lose weight or tone up or stick to a strict diet, as soon as you kind of get that cue of wanting to kind of eat something out of either boredom or something like that, you got to change the routine of potentially getting up from your desk instead of snacking and going for a quick little walk, checking your phone for a couple of minutes, or something which you can actually replace that cue where you don't actually get that, end up with that outcome or that reward of, I guess, snacking or that satisfying your hunger or satisfying the boredom crave, depending on what the actual cue is or what the actual feeling is which actually triggers that cue. So that's basically how that works. And there was research into it as well, which actually found that what actually makes or intensifies these habit loops is if there's a craving for a certain reward. So I guess so I guess the prime example with the phone example I gave before is you crave that dopamine hit, or you crave that excitement, you crave that like, that comment, that DM, that justification by whoever. If you posted, say, a picture of yourself looking good, you want people to acknowledge that you're looking good, or you're feeling good about yourself, and you want that real outcome of people commenting or liking or whatever it might have been. So if you understand that there's a craving behind that habit of yours, then you can actually intensify that and actually change your habit over time. So that's basically what it means to have a habit loop. And with these habits, it's not just as simple as going, all right, there's a cue, that's a routine, that's a reward, got to change it so I can get the better outcome, or the more desirable outcome of what I want to achieve in life. It's actually a lot more complex and a lot more difficult than actually just identifying the cues, or routines, and rewards, understanding the craving as well. It does take a lot of time to actually implement those strategies. So I do actually recommend reading some of those books which I mentioned earlier on. I'll leave them down in the about section below, so you can actually find the authors or look into it, and definitely get a copy of it yourself if you want, especially if you want to be more successful with yourself over time. So that's probably the greatest hack I can actually give to you in relating to becoming more successful. Understand your habits and work on changing your habits so you can actually get the reward that you're wanting out of that habit or that kind of scenario or situation, so you can actually become more successful. So I hope that's helped, guys. Let me know down in the comments section below what your thoughts are about this, if you've had any success with changing your habits, or if you've got any strategies or hints so other people can kind of pick up on those as well. And don't forget, drop me a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, especially if you're new here already. Cheers, guys. Catch you next time.